In terms of the presidency, the global media seems to be saying it's a largely ceremonial role, but it's worth so much more than that, isn't it?
It's not easy to understand what is really the role of a president of a republic in Italy, because our system is a little complicated. And yes, it's a ceremonial role in the majority of days, but in some cases, in cases of crisis, the president of the republic became a referee. So in France, president of the republic is the boss. In United States is the boss. In Italy, he's not the boss, he's a referee, but his role could be very important as moral suasion and also leader in case of difficulty. So the decision of next week will be very important, not only for this year, but for the next 7 years, because usually in Italy, the government changes very rapidly, but the president is the more stable institution.
And as we mentioned there is a groundswell of support from the centre-right, maybe perhaps more towards the right, for Berlusconi in this role. How close do you think we are to getting an acceptable name that will be across enough parties to actually succeed?
Please, there is not possibilities for Silvio Berlusconi to become president of the Republic. I know that hypothesis was very interesting in the last days for newspaper for a lot of reasons. But look at me, zero possibility for Silvio Berlusconi to become president of the Republic. As you mentioned, introducing our discussion, there is the possibility for Mario Draghi to become president of the Republic. But that is a difficult choice for us, for the member of parliament, because Mario Draghi was and is a great prime minister. He saved Italy last year when we changed the government with the former prime minister Conte and the new prime minister Draghi. And so he's a very good, perfect man to be prime minister, but at the same time could be a very great president of the republic. The discussion about Draghi is a real discussion. The discussion about Berlusconi is not an hypothesis real in our discussion. Zero possibility for former President Berlusconi to become President of the Republic.
Mr. Renzi, it's Silvia in Brussels jumping into the conversation. I would like to look at the process from a practical perspective. The voting is starting on Monday, but when will Italy find out who the next president will be?
I think next Thursday or Friday, because the system will be a little complicated from the procedure of COVID, but usually there is in the Italian constitution a system who have for the first 3 votes a very high number of votes to need to become president. From the vote number 4, the quorum, the number of votes needs to become president is half member of parliament. So if you remember the last elections, for example, the election in 2015 of the current president of the Republic, Sergio Mattarella, we did the agreement and we voted at the 4th election. So my prediction, I hope that will be a good prediction, will be probably 27 January or maximum 28 January, Italy will have a new president. And I believe that will be very important also to guarantee, ensure stability for the investor, for our partners in European Union, for all the people who love Italy. Italy have a very complicated system. I know, because I lost my job as prime minister to try to change this system, but this system could guarantee stability for the next 7 years with a good president of the republic. And I'm confident, very confident.
And how do you think this presidential vote can actually influence the 2023 parliamentary elections? Because if Prime Minister Draghi doesn't move to become president now, he is likely to leave his position next year, and that will open the door to new political uncertainty in Italy.
Political uncertainty in Italy is is the rule, unfortunately. You know, if you look at the last 4 years, you remember in 2018, populists parties against European Union, parties who supported Italy exit, had the majority. But in 3 years, only in 3 years, we changed totally the direction of parliament, and with the same parliament elected in a platform against European Union, we achieved the great result, the masterpiece, to give the role of prime minister to Mario Draghi, who was the leader of an idea of Europe and a former president of European Central Bank. So what means that? In Italy, you can love, you can hate. The system is very flexible. I'm not worried for my country.